This
Previous
conference
sessions.
will now be recorded.
So we have discussed entered SDLC process and levels of testing, right?
Yeah.
So what are the levels of testing we are done in any organization? So we unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and user acceptance testing. So these are the levels of testing we are applied by any project or any application, right? Before that, we discussed SDLC process,
Yeah.
right? Requirement phase will gather the requirement, right? And then designing phase, analysis phase, right? Project setup and all those things, and then testing phase, delivery and maintenance.
Yeah.
Clear, right? So let's discuss in detail about testing.
Okay.
Okay. So what are the levels of testing we are doing?
Unit testing, integration
Unit
testing.
testing, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing. What is a white box testing?
Right. Front side work is, I think.
We cannot say front side. We cannot say front side, ma'am. So testing the functionality without knowing internal logic.
Okay.
See, so that is not a UI. See, let's consider this is my Amazon. This is one of the application, or else this is my application.
Okay.
Sorry. See, this is an application, right? So we can the white box in sense not only the UI, checking
Okay.
the functionality also.
Okay.
See, let's simply can say. See, let's consider this is a UI, and we can see the size of the this scroll bar or this product and these images, right? See, all we what we are seeing is what we can see by what are the visible to our eye. That is we are calling as UI or front end.
Okay.
So these colors, sizes, and pixels,
Okay.
these are all we are saying as a UI,
UI.
user interface.
Okay.
Let's say consider whenever I click on this product, so it is showing this size or not, right? So whenever click on this color option, it is getting this color product or not. That is a UI. That is not a functionality.
Yeah.
Functionality is different. Anyway, so as a manual tester, you have to verify each and every point of the application. Either
Yeah.
it may be a UI, a functional, backend.
Right.
That is depending upon your organization. That's depending upon your project. That is depending upon your the concept, the what the concept, what the testing environment, what the people are going to be concentrate. Let's consider first of all for your application main object or main concentrating on UI level only.
Okay.
So let's say suppose your application is selling only flowers.
Okay.
Majorly, first of all, you have to concentrate on flower colors, right? So let's say so you have opened a flower called rose color. So in that rose color, it is showing the color rose color, all the colors, red and yellow, white, whether it is showing or not. If I click on yellow, it has to
Okay.
show yellow flower, right?
Yeah.
That you're able to differentiate UI and functionality.
Okay. Able to see?
We'll keep on discuss what is the UI, what is the functionality. Okay.
Okay.
See, so under system testing, so we are going to do entire the functional testing.
Okay.
So let's say let me call a functional testing.
Okay.
Functional
Testing.
testing. I'll keep on mute. Okay, so functional testing. Functional testing in the sense testing the application functionality end to end. Testing the application functionality end to end, right? That is we are calling as a functional testing. So
Okay.
testing the application functionality end to end. So all the functionalities are working fine or not. To verify all the functionality is working fine or not, we are saying as a functional testing.
Okay.
Again, again, applying functional testing, we have a different types of testings here. That is we are calling as testing types. Testing
Types.
types. So we have a different types of testing. So people are pretty much too interested to ask questions from this area.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is smoke testing.
Okay.
This is one of the type of testing. See, and again, as I said earlier, so whenever you're going to learn anything, ask yourself the questions. What is that? Why is that? Then how is that? Here, apply along with those questions, who will going to be do this?
Okay.
Then how is going to be do this?
Okay.
Let's answer the first question. What is that? What is the smoke testing? See, smoke testing we are also calling as a build verification testing.
Okay.
Build verification testing. So what is a build verification testing or what is a smoke testing? People are going to ask like this. What is a build verification testing? What is a smoke testing?
Mm.
Right? So what are the testing types you know? See, smoke testing in the sense verify high level functionality, right? So
Yeah.
high level functionality we are saying as smoke testing. So
Yeah.
then, so this simple definition, verify high level functionality, right?
Yeah.
This is we are calling as a smoke testing. Then, how we are going to know whether the functionality is high or not?
Okay.
So already you have written some test cases, right?
Yeah.
See, already you have written some test cases. So when we are going to update the status, so after testing only you have to able to update this process, this status, right? Whether it is working fine or not. See, so by the time of project development, you are going to write test cases, right? Up to where? Up to actual result only.
Actual result status.
Sorry, expected result only. So this actual result you will yeah, you can give, but this status, what the status of that particular test case, when you are going to update the status after testing only. When you
Okay.
do the testing, whenever you receive the build.
Okay.
See, so if you want to execute these test cases, obviously you should have a build in your environment.
Mm.
Yes. So whenever you receive a bill, so you will open your test cases and you will execute one by one. So you will compare expected result and actual result. If your expected result and actual result are same, both are same, then you can say your test case is pass.
Pass.
Otherwise, you have to fill your test case is
Fail.
fail. So let's consider. So you have written 1,000 test cases here.
Okay.
You have written 1,000 test cases, right? So simple example I'm going to give you like this. Let's consider you're testing a Gmail application.
Okay.
In Gmail application, for a module, you have written a 100,000 test cases. See, now you received build in your testing environment. People are given a mail to please test this application.
Mm.
Now, what you have to do now? You have to open your Excel sheet, which is contain 1,000 test cases, and you have to execute one by one each and every test case.
Yeah.
Yes or no? It
Yeah.
may take a couple of weeks. to
Yeah.
execute 1,000 test cases. Let's consider whenever you are open a Gmail, you are unable to log in,
Okay.
right? So without login, how can you proceed to further testing? It is typically impossible, right? So
Um,
anyway, so the all 1,000 test cases containing with all complete functionality of Gmail.
okay.
Even it is not at all login. No, it is not allowing to login. So without login, how can you able to proceed further,
Okay.
right? So it is failing initially only.
Yeah.
So without login, you cannot proceed to further level testing. Without further level testing, you are completely wasting 2 weeks of time.
Yeah.
Yes or no? It is not a case. See, uh, it- these type of applications contain login. Some application contain login. So without login, how can you proceed all the functionality? How can you test all the functionality? And how can you execute all 1,000 test cases?
Yeah.
Anyway, first condition is you have to log into application.
Yeah.
Application not are allowing to login.
Okay.
Initially login only it is failing. Then how can you proceed? So simply after 2 weeks, so you should not say, boss, I have executed all 1,000 test cases, but it is simply rejecting login. You
Yeah.
should not say like this. First of all, whenever you receive bill, keep in mind, whenever you receive bill, you have to test high level test cases.
Okay.
What you have to do? You have to execute
Test case.
high level test cases.
Okay.
You have to execute high level test cases. Then how can you know the test case is high level or not? Anyway, you have written 1,000 test cases. In
Yeah.
out of this 1,000, how can you know the so and so test cases, 10 test case or
Yeah.
100 test cases high level test cases? How could able to segregate this based on the level high level or low level? See, so by the time of writing test cases, writing test cases, either whenever you receive the requirements from a BA,
Okay.
obviously you able to differentiate the what is the function, what is the application high level functionality. Let's
Okay.
consider it is Gmail. So in Gmail, by, by applying a minimum common sense, we can able to know the high level is login.
Okay.
So let's
Yeah.
consider you are launching and login and minimum inbox option, sent mail option, new option. These are the minimum high level functionalities. Yes or no? For a Gmail, login, page loading, and inbox, sent mail, new, new mail. These are the minimum common high level functionalities.
Yeah.
Let's say your organization developing a Gmail application. In Gmail application, BA will give you like this. The team, this is the high level functionality. We are going to concentrate priorly highly on high level functionality first, like login, page loading, and inbox functionality, send mail functionality, new mail functionality.
Yeah.
These are the high level. Or else, if they don't give a document like this, then based by applying a minimum common sense, you have to get to know what is the high level functionality of this particular application,
Yeah.
right? So by the time of writing test cases, again here you have to fill one more column like priority. Clear?
Yeah. Okay.
See, what is the priority of this particular test cases? First test cases, I can say high, or else
Okay.
you can say people are commonly give P1,
Okay.
high level or P1,
Mm.
high, medium,
Long.
low, or else people give like this P1,
P2. Like.
P2, and P3. People commonly give high level, medium, low, or as P1, P2, P3.
Okay.
Clear? Then,
Yes.
so now you received bill. Again, you have 1,000 test cases. Now, first of all, you have to verify whether the high level functionality is working fine or not. So
Okay.
comes to here. Here you can apply on filter. I'm able to see with this one. Because of GoToMeeting link, I cannot able to see this Excel sheet completely. See this one. So here you can apply a filter like only show high level functionality. Just apply high level here. Okay,
Okay.
then you will get only high level functionality.
Yeah.
Now, then how will you execute this high level functionality? Whenever you receive the bill, just open your test case template and apply a filter high level, then execute high level test cases.
Yeah.
Let's consider. So all together you have 1,000 test cases. Altogether you have 1,000 test cases. Out of 1,000, so let's say you have a uh, let's consider you have a 50 test cases. 50
Okay.
test cases comes under high level test cases. So when then when you will execute these 50 test cases,
Just we have to type high level
when
test.
when we when will you execute these high level test cases? Whenever you receive the bill,
Yeah.
initially you have to verify whether the
High
high
level.
level functionality is working fine or not. And that's why we are saying as smoke is high testing high level functionality,
Okay.
or else this is a build verification functionality. Then why we are saying as a build verification functionality? Let's consider you have received the bill and you have 1,000 test cases. Now first of all you are executing 50 high level functionality or P1 functionality. So if this 50 functionality is not working fine, so if you are facing failures in these 50 test cases,
Okay.
then simply you can reject the build. Boss, my high level functionality is not working fine. That's why I'm rejecting build, because I no need to spend remaining 1,000 test cases or 950 test cases.
Okay.
Clear what I'm trying to say here? See, anyway, to execute 1,000 test cases, you are taking 2 weeks of time.
Yeah. Okay.
See, unnecessarily, see, without working high level functionality, what is the purpose? What is the point of to execute to spend 2 weeks of time here?
Yeah. It's waste.
You can simply reject the build. So even we can reject the build if the high level functionality not working. You can
Okay.
simply say to the developer, dear developer, the my application high level functionality is not working fine, so that I'm unable to proceed further. So
Okay.
that I'm stopping test case executing test cases now.
Okay.
Please fix high level functionality and revert to me.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why we are saying this is a build verification testing to
Okay.
verify whether you are proceeding to all testing all the are you able to execute all the test cases or not.
Yeah.
That's why we are saying as a build verification testing. Smoke is a build verification testing. So
Mm.
smoke nothing but verify high level functionality.
Okay.
So how you are able to know high level functionality? Here in Excel sheet you have to apply high level. By the
Yeah.
time of writing test cases, you have
Yeah.
to give a priority like high, medium, low.
Okay.
Whenever you receive the bill, initially what you have to do?
You can search high level.
You have to execute all the test cases. Sorry,
Okay.
you have to execute high level test cases, and then if the high level test case is executing fine, then again you have to go for further level of testing.
Okay.
Then you're good to go for entire testing.
Yeah.
Then you're good to spend 2 weeks of time on that particular build.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no need to spend two
2 weeks.
weeks of time. No need to execute all the test cases.
Okay.
That is about smoke testing. Clear, ma'am?
Yeah, clear.
Then who will be do this one? Smoke testing?
Clear.
Testers only, right?
Mhm.
In which environment?
Testing
In which
environment.
exactly. So testers doing nothing but in testing environment, right? QA
Yeah.
environment, nothing but testing environment. Then how will you going to do this?
Test cases. I don't know.
Exactly. Good. Very good. So based on test case priority, right? Test case.
Priority.
Then how will you get to know whether the test case is high priority or low priority medium?
Execute a high level test case.
Then how you will get to know whether this particular test case is high level?
Yeah, we
Let's
are
consider.
typing high level. I don't
Okay. See. So by the time of preparing test cases only, you can get to know what is high level of this particular application.
know. Okay.
What is high level? Let's consider by simply seeing this application, you can get to know here the high level functionality is first of all loading page and search box and this login and this add to cart function. These are the high level functionalities. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So without add to cart, how can they proceed to business?
Yeah.
Let's consider here the people are not able to see this add to cart functionality.
It's
If
business.
if you are clicking this add to cart, it is not showing your cart.
Okay.
So without cart functionality, without working cart functionality, how people are going to purchase the product?
Yeah, business will be lost.
Exactly right. So the main motto is business only here.
Uh,
The main intention of this application is getting the business from the site.
mm,
The cart functionality is not working fine, then what is going to spend whether this it is showing this one products or not, it is showing fine TV or not, it is showing the smart home or not, it is showing all the fields or not. Whenever I'm clicking this fine TV, it is navigating these fields or not. So whenever I'm clicking this product, it is showing or not, and it is showing price or not, it is showing discount percent or not. There is all remain test cases, medium, low. These are all remaining medium and low. So
yeah.
what is my high level? By seeing this application, you can able to see what is high level. Page loading, search box, cart functionality. These are
Mm,
all high level. First, whenever you receive the bill, please be concentrate on high level. So
level.
if your high level functionality is working fine or not, then
Yeah.
only you have to spend further time. Then only you have to go to execute to further test cases.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can simply reject. Remember, tester can simply reject a build.
Okay.
So blindly, we should not spend our time.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
So that is about smoke testing. So if any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll proceed to another type of testing.
Yeah, no questions.
No questions as of now? Okay.
Yeah.
Then go for retesting.
Okay.
So what is mean by retesting?
Okay.
The word itself, it is saying that retesting. Nothing but we are testing again.
Yeah.
Right? See, so now you received build, you are executing your test cases. So one of the test case, either it may be high level or low level, one of the test case is failing. Let's consider this is failing. My second test case is failed.
Okay.
For that, you have to raise a bug here.
Yeah.
Let's consider, so you have to raise bug here. Nothing but boss, this functionality is not working fine, hence I am raising bug here.
Yeah.
You see, so most of the cases we'll maintain here only, or else we'll maintain in bug tracking tools. There is a tool called bug tracking tools. Whenever the application
Yeah.
functionality is failing,
Yeah.
you have to raise a bug in that particular tools to
Yeah.
track that particular issue is resolved or not by managers. That can be tracked by managers, high level people, scrum masters, testers, and development team,
Yeah.
the particular developer. So let's consider, in my organization, we have a team including development team, testing team, and managing team. See, let's consider my team entire. This is my team.
Okay.
So in this team is responsible to application this project. Right?
Okay.
You have a development team, you have a testing team, and
Yeah.
already obviously to monitor these two teams. So let's consider we have a one manager here,
Okay.
manager for, so and before that, this is a
Developer.
developer lead, not only
Okay.
developer, development team lead, and
Test.
testing lead,
We are testing. Clearly.
and obviously you will have a project manager or else scrum master. So to monitor this team, one more person we are saying as a scrum master.
Okay.
Right? So whenever you raise a issue, so that issue is monitored by all this team:
Okay.
manager, project manager, scrum master, development team, and develop lead, QA lead, and obviously here the person who is raising bug here.
Okay.
Okay, so if you raise a bug, that bug is monitored by these many people.
Okay.
That's why, to track purpose, people are maintaining bug tracking tools.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll discuss later what is bug tracking, how to raise a bug in bug tracking tool, right?
Yeah.
So what is retesting? So whenever you executing your test cases, let's consider, so one of the requirement and one of the test case is
Yeah.
not matching with your expected result and actual result. This is not matching to your expected result. Hence, you have to raise a bug. For that particular bug, you have to maintain even bug ID also.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for this test case, this is a bug and this is a bug ID.
Okay.
Let's consider you raise a bug. Now your entire 1,000 test cases execution completed. You have to give the report.
Yeah.
So you will give a report like this. So I have executed 1,000 test cases. I have executed 1,000 test cases. My 1,000 test case execution completed. Now you have to give the report. One of the test cases, so and so test case, let's consider 001 fail.
Yeah.
So then you have to give a reason for that failure.
Okay.
So that you have to give your expected result and what is that actual result of application.
Okay.
Okay, then you have to give for a bug ID. This is one, this is a bug ID for this.
Okay.
Right? Then after giving this report, and development team or dev lead and or a particular developer who is working on that particular application, he will going to see your bug and he will going to fix your bug. Right? So whenever he fix the bug, again he will reply to your mail and he will give you, boss, this issue is fixed, and again you have to retest it. Fix, you have
Yeah.
to test it again. This we are calling as retesting.
Okay.
Retesting nothing but executing bug related test cases.
Okay.
let's consider you have raised a bug, and don't think like as of now, for bug 001, how many test cases we have?
Just one. Zero,
Just
zero.
one. And just one. Don't consider for each and every test case there will be only one bug. For each and every bug there is only test cases. Sometimes you may have for a couple of test cases or bunch of test cases there will be only one bug, or else for one bug there are a number of test cases.
Okay.
Let's consider in my application there are 50 test cases for login.
Okay.
Login functionality is failing for my bug 00. Let's consider I'm saying as 002. For this 002, how many test cases I have now? I have a 50 test cases.
Okay.
Don't think like for a bug we have a only test cases, only one test case. For one test case we have only one bug. This is
Okay.
all depend upon your application and that
Okay.
effect of that particular bug.
Okay.
See this month my bug 002 is impacting how many test cases? It is impacting 50 test cases. So
Yeah.
whenever you raise a bug, so after fixing, now you have to execute how many test cases here?
50.
50 test cases. You have to execute 50 test cases for a single bug.
Yeah.
If these 50 test cases are working fine or not, all working fine, you have to say, boss, all 50 test cases pass, and this build can move to what is the next level?
Testing.
Production level.
Production level. Okay.
See, so we have any organization, development environment, QA environment,
Production.
live environment or production environment. So
Okay.
first of all, so after development, so they'll do a unit testing and integration testing. After done unit testing and integration testing, they'll give it to you. Nothing but in QA environment.
Okay.
So without testing in QA environment, application move it to live. Will application move it to live without testing?
Without
Directly from here to here?
fail, I think.
It's not possible, right? You should not
No.
give like this. So without testing, we should not move it to another. This here you have to test in QA environment in any application.
Okay.
If QA certified this module or application working fine, then only it will move to development. You are the gate keeper for this application.
Okay.
If you are saying it is working fine,
Or not working.
if it is saying working fine, then only people move it to live. If you are saying working not fine, then the build or release will going to be stopped.
Okay.
That's why we are saying as a gatekeepers for application.
Yeah.
And you are the responsibility for delivering application.
Okay.
And you are testing team.
Okay.
Testing team is responsible for the quality of any application.
Okay.
Let's say you have executed 1,000 test cases. So one functionality is including in your test cases. Let's say one functionality. Let's say here the card functionality. This entire test cases regarding to card functionality. So after moving to live, people are facing the functionality issue in card functionality. Then people come back to you, ask like, already you have executed this card functionality test cases, then why it is repeating in live environment? Then why
Okay.
you have certified in your environment? They question you like, why you are certified this card functionality is working in your environment? Then you have to give a root cause here.
Okay.
See, boss, I have used this environment, Windows environment. I have used my browser, Chrome browser.
Okay.
So I have executed my test cases. For the test case 007, here, if possible, if you have a flexible time, here you have to maintain a screenshot also.
Okay.
so that whenever the people come back to you, you have accountability, right? You can show this test case. See, this is my test case. Whenever I received a bill in so and so time, so and so date, I have executed this so and so test cases. So I have raised so and so bugs. For these bugs, I have attached, I have mapped so and so test cases. I have sent mail to so and so people. So people are revert back to so and so date. So again, I retested so and so test cases, and again I have given the report. So entire this process cart functionality is working fine not. For this cart functionality, I have raised so and so bugs. They are fixed and I have given release. And these are the screenshots for particular that test case.
Okay.
Then you are the responsible for entire application quality. Clear?
Yeah.
See, so these 50 test cases pass, then you can say, boss, application is working fine now. Then you can move this application from QA environment to development. Now, if you certified once, the application move from this environment to this environment.
Okay.
Application or module.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay, clear.
So retesting in the sense, retesting, executing bug related test cases.
Okay.
Initially, whenever you receive bill, you have to execute all the test cases. Let's consider you have a same example, 1,000 test cases. In 1,000 test cases, now people are saying that execute only high level test cases. Then how many test cases you will execute?
50.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. But that is about smoke. That is about retesting. Any doubts in retesting and smoke?
No doubts.
Good. Let's go to that level of testing. Regression testing. Let's consider you are receiving application in a module wise.
Okay.
Okay, so module wise, and in agile world, people are saying as a sprint,
Okay.
and the sprint time is, remember, I'm using some technical words. Sprint nothing but one module, and obviously for a sprint, people are maintaining sprint time. Let's consider for 2 weeks. Generally, it will be 2 weeks only. For 2 weeks, so people are saying that implement, and we have to complete the search functionality within a 2 weeks. We have to complete search functionality. So people are developers usually set a time to develop each and every module,
Okay.
each and every functionality. So let's consider first 2 weeks. First 2 weeks, what we are saying here, this one, sprint time.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a sprint time. See, first 2 weeks. First 2 weeks, what they are given for first 2 weeks. For first 2 weeks, they set a time to implement or development such functionality.
Okay.
Now the 2 weeks completed, right? So the completed 2 weeks, and now the development of the such functionality completed, and then people to give it to you module, first module. Right now you have availability of first module in QA environment, and what your immediate action whenever you received bill?
Search functionality is working.
First of all, for that particular module, how many test cases you have written? right? Then you will open this template. So you will search for a such functionality. For such functionality, how many test cases you have written? And initially, immediate action you have to do is don't go blindly for execute all the test cases for such functionality.
Okay.
First of all, first go for high level functionality.
Yeah.
In that such functionality, you will be have a high level functionality.
Okay.
Right. High
Yeah.
level functionality, let's consider. So whenever I click on the search functionality, it is accepting text here. So whenever it is, if you click on this one, I can type here rows,
Okay.
right? It is able to, it is accepting me to type. That is
Yeah.
my first test case. I can
Okay.
say it is high level test case. So
Yeah.
whenever I'm clicking this one, it will showing the results.
Okay.
So whether the text box, such a text box allowing text or not, this is the first test case priority. So whether user able to click on this search icon, this is the
Okay.
second high level.
Yeah.
Okay. After that, it is showing rows or not. This in these prices, in these discounts. It is we are able to apply the filters or not. These
Yeah.
are medium and low, right?
Okay.
See, now you have to execute your search functionality based on your priority,
Okay.
right? See, now the 2 weeks completed. So for the search functionality, you have written 100 test cases.
Okay.
Let's consider, I'll give you like this always, or else this is the first module. For this first module, you have executed 100 test cases.
Okay.
Clear? So you are saying this all 100 test cases pass,
Yeah.
and people move it to another level. Okay?
Okay.
This has happened in how many weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Clear? And
Yeah.
again, comes to second module. Here, one more point you have to remember here.
Okay.
See, uh, if you are receiving the bill, already it is implemented in 2 weeks back. And see, as I said earlier, people are maintaining sprints wise, right? Let's consider this is a first sprint. So you received a first sprint 001. And remember, this is a sprint 002. You are working here. QA sprint 001.
Okay.
And developers working on which sprint?
Testing.
Which sprint? I mean, which module?
I don't know.
See, so whenever the people are implemented here, let's say 001, this is sprint 001. After sprint 001, the sprint 001 moved to QA environment. Now you have availability of sprint 001. You are testing sprint 01, 001. Now development team are busy with implementing sprint 002. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And you keep on doing sprint 001. Remember, so the sprint time is here 2 weeks.
Okay.
Nothing but in 2 weeks, people are developing the application. Next 2 weeks, you are going to test that implemented sprint. Always you are back in a one sprint.
Okay.
Let's say you are testing sprint 19.
Okay.
Development team working on
20.
sprint 20 here.
Yeah.
Clear. Always you are back in a sprint -1
Okay.
or functionality -1 or module -1.
Okay.
So at a time it is not possible, right? At a time it's not possible to work on same sprint QA environment and development environment. Always the implementation process done. After that only you are going to test.
Okay.
Yes, remember always sprint or QA environment or testing environment is back to developer. We are following the developers.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Let's consider in first module or first sprint. So you have written 100 test cases, 100 test cases pass, and it is taking 2 weeks time.
Yeah.
Then come to second week or module 1, or we can say sprint 2, module 2. For this module 2 also, so you have a 100 test cases, or else let's consider 200 test cases. Now you received module 2. You are not testing, you're done, you haven't done testing module 2 as of now. This is a second week, sorry, this is a third week, first day. Now you received second module.
Okay.
Now how many test cases you have to execute here? I mean
199.
in sprint 2. Sorry,
199.
where we have 199 here? Either 100 or 200 or 300. See, altogether for module 1, how many test cases you have?
100. First 2 is
First
200.
100, right? So for module 2 you have a 200, or
Yeah.
sprint 2 you have a 200. Now you received module 2. Then how many test cases you have to execute? Any answer, no problem.
Every time is one extra. You said first.
Sorry, every time?
When we have 2, you said we are getting 1 before you structure showed. And yeah, I get.
Okay. I'm not getting what you're trying to ask.
మీరు ఫస్ట్
Sprint.
తీసుకున్నారు కదా 2 తీసుకున్నప్పుడు 1 పాస్ అయింది అని చెప్పారు. ఐ మీన్ స్ప్రింట్ 001. ఐ మీన్
Yeah, sprint 001. See, me sprint 01 2 weeks time, but in the sprint 001 completed, and now we are saying as sprint 001 pass 100 test cases pass. This is completed, and the module 1 picture completed, and
Yeah.
the coming to the picture 2 or module 2. Here for module 2 you have a 200 test cases. Now
Okay.
you received a build. Then how many test cases you have execute? Here you have to start your testing process.
Yeah.
Now you received build 2. How many test cases you have to execute?
100. I don't know.
100 or 200 or 300?
Okay, 200. This.
The answer is 300 here.
Oh.
See, so remember, see, remember, let's consider this is a sprint 1 or module 1. Understand carefully, ma'am, here. So please be concentrated here. See, so this is a module 1. So developed by developers. Here I am saying as sprint SP001.
Okay.
Right? This
Yes.
SP001 comes to after implementation, come to which environment? QA environment, right?
Yeah.
So now you have an availability of sprint 001. For this sprint 001, how many test cases you have written?
One.
100 test cases.
100.
For
Okay.
sprint 100, people are written or testing team written, or you have written 100 test cases.
Okay.
Now, sorry, in development here whenever you receive a build, so you have to open your test case template and you have to execute these 100 test cases.
Okay.
Right? So whenever you're saying this 100 test cases pass, then a build or sprint move it to this one,
Okay.
next level. Now you have pushed your sprint to next environment because it is all working fine.
Okay.
Now the sprint is completed cycle.
Okay.
Right? 001. Now, so whenever you're doing this process, testing sprint 001, the parallelly development team is working on
Mm.
sprint 002. Yes or no?
Yeah,
See,
yes.
so if you are testing 001, there is no rule to sit ideally development team, right?
Yeah.
They have to do their work. They have to involve in working on 002.
Okay.
Let's consider this is a sprint 002.
Okay.
Now, by the time of developing developer sprint 002, you are working on,
Sprint 002.
sorry, already you have completed sprint 001. You are preparing test case for sprint 002.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
already you have done. This cycle is completed. Development in 001 completed, and then it is all up in QA environment. Then you have executed 100 test cases. These 100 test cases pass and move it to live.
Okay.
Now, at the time of developing sprint 002, now you are working on implementation for test cases for sprint 002.
Okay.
So whenever you received sprint 002, you have to execute written test cases for sprint 002.
Okay.
And don't think you received a build in sprint wise or module wise.
Okay.
If you are receiving a module, obviously it is containing sprint 001 and 002. Here, delivering sprint 001 from development to QA environment is nothing but they're giving build 1 and build 2. It is a combination of sprint 1 and sprint 2.
Okay.
So don't think they'll give you a piece by piece.
Okay. Okay. Got you.
Now you have availability of functionality for 001 and 002. Let's consider as we said, for 001 sprint is a search function,
Okay.
right? And 002 is a cart functionality.
Okay.
Now you have availability of which functionality in your environment after receiving sprint 002?
Zero. Search and
What
cart.
are the yeah, exactly, very good. So whenever you received a build, it is having the previous functionalities also.
Okay, I got you.
Now this time you have to execute how many test cases?
300.
300 test cases. Let's consider, and you have a one more module,
Okay.
module 03, and for module 03 you have written, for example, so 150 test cases. Now, so after receiving module 3, how many test cases you have execute? You have to
450.
execute? Exactly, very good. So whenever you received a build, you have to execute all previous test cases,
Yeah, I got you.
right? So definition of the regression testing is executing previous build test cases
Mhm.
on new build.
Okay.
So, and as the definition, so let's consider, so first build completed and you have executed all the test cases, you are saying as a 100% pass. Now, after the completion of second week, people are giving you module 2. Now you have to execute 300 test cases. Out
Yeah.
of these 300 test cases, out of these 300 test cases, first of all, you have to verify which one.
High level test cases.
Exactly, very good. First of all, you have to do the smoke testing. Then you come back to regression testing, nothing but you have to execute the previous build test cases, nothing but first build test cases, nothing but 100 test cases here.
Okay.
First I have to execute 100 test cases. This 100 test cases is a build one test cases.
Okay.
First of all, you have to execute build one test cases. There is no guarantee, right? See, this is a combination of search functionality and cart functionality. After adding a cart functionality, there is no guarantee to work search functionality 100%.
Okay.
It may impact your previous functionality also. The newly added functionality may impact the functionality of previous functionality or search functionality.
Okay.
Always there is no guarantee. See, so already you are testing this functionality. At that time, it is working fine or not fine. But
Yeah.
after adding one more functionality, after adding a few changes, there is no guarantee because of new changes, it has to work fine.
Okay.
Again, you have to verify after adding a functionality, after adding a module, either after fixing one particular issue, there is no guarantee executing or working all the functionality. You have to verify by executing your test cases. First of all, you have to execute your smoke test cases or high level test cases. Let's consider out of 100, you have a 10 smoke here.
Okay.
In build one, you have a 10 smoke. First of all, you have to execute this 10 smoke. So if the 10 is working fine, then
Yeah.
go to execute remaining test cases.
Yeah.
If 10 is not working, simply you can reject the build.
Yeah.
Consider the 10 is working fine. Now go for a build one test cases.
Okay.
This is the previous build. If this 100 test case is working fine, then again go for the test cases which you have written for second module.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, apply same logic. Blindly don't go for 200 test cases. Let's consider you have a 20 smoke test cases here.
Okay.
Or else I can say high level test cases.
Okay.
Right? Blindly don't go for 200 test cases. First execute smoke and then go for remaining test cases.
Okay.
Now the second module also completed. Then you have delivered the up module and developer third module also.
Okay.
Now you received a build, and the third module, how many test cases you have written here? 150. So overall you have how many test cases?
450.
450. So first first of all, how many test cases you have to execute? Gradually you have to execute first build smoke and then second build and third build. Here, what are the test cases comes under regression here? Out of 450, how many test cases we can say regression test cases? How many test cases you are executing under the regression?
I think 60.
Sorry. Altogether, we have for 3 modules. Now, simply let's consider you are in a third sprint, first day. You
Okay.
received a third module. Now, clear?
450.
Now, in your bench, in your bucket, you have to execute all together 450 test cases.
Yeah.
Right? So, out of these 450 test cases, again, I'm asking a question like, how many test cases comes under regression here?
Only 450 I have to count. 60.
We have to execute 450 test cases, but again I am particularly asking the regression test cases. Regression test case in sense you have to say 300. Why 300 here? The definition is saying that executing previous build test cases on a new build or newly received build.
Okay.
You received a new build called module 3. On module 3, first of all, you have to verify whether the previous functionalities are working fine or not
Okay.
based on your priority order. Forget about the priority here. Altogether, how many test cases you are executing on new build regarding to previous modules, previous test cases? Only 300 you have.
Yeah.
So other than this 150, how many test cases you have?
Rebuild which one?
Just simple logic. Let's say consider apply this logic. See, total test cases up to now
450 total.
minus current build test cases,
Okay. 150.
right? So 450 minus
Oh, 250.
450 minus
150.
150. The answer is
200. I don't know. 300. Sorry, 300.
getting my point.
Yeah, I got you.
Simply
Minus.
my total test cases minus current build test cases.
Okay.
Remaining are comes under regression. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So deliberately to confuse you. So let me ask one more question. Let's say I received module 4,
Okay.
module 4 for this module. So you have written a test case like 200. Let's consider or else so 300. So altogether, how many test cases you have here?
4 and I mean this one is 300.
300.
This one, okay. Total 450,
Mm-hmm.
750.
Exactly. So altogether you have a 750. And how many test? How now? Let's consider you received a module 4. Now
Minus
you have
450.
sorry
450 minus.
450 minus
What's it called? I don't know.
750 minus 300.
Okay. Yeah, 300.
Simple man, all three modules. Regression in sense,
Oh, got
previous
you.
build, right? Regression in sense, remaining all. See, ఇప్పటి వరకు మనం ఏమైతే చేసామో ఈ బిల్డ్ కాకుండా పాత ఫంక్షనాలిటీస్ మొత్తం వెరిఫై చేసుకోవడం.
Okay.
Nothing but regression nothing but I don't know the exact definition, exact meaning, re-verifying, I think so.
Okay.
Simple logic, man. Let's say the two functionalities. Whenever you received a second build or second sprint, you have to verify whether the first build is working fine or not, or first functionality is working fine or not. That is, we are covering under a regression.
Okay.
There is no guarantee, right? So see, this is a first initially we have a sprint 001 search functionality.
Okay.
That search functionality is completed under sprint 001. They given test to testing. So we have executed all the test cases regarding to this sprint 001. All let's consider 100 test cases. All 100 test cases working fine, and we are considering as a pass, and we deliver to next level.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah, I got you.
Now the people development team given a sprint 002. Now this sprint 002 containing how many functionalities here? Sprint 002 contain two functionalities. My previous functionality or old functionality, search functionality, and along with old functionality, now you have a new functionality called cart functionality. Now you have to you have to test two functionalities together.
Okay.
Now you have to execute the test cases which are related to sprint 1 and test cases which are related to sprint 2.
Okay.
Now, first of all, you have to execute sprint 1 test cases.
Okay.
Nothing but first of all, you have to execute these 100 test cases. Already we have a 100 test cases, right? In sprint 001, we have executed 100 test cases. After sorry, After executing this 100 test case only, you have given certification like all the 100 test cases pass.
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yeah, yes.
Now again you have to verify the 100 test cases first.
Okay.
100 test case nothing but it is regarding to previous functionality, not it is only for sprint 002 or new functionality or card functionality. These 100 test cases are related to only search functionality.
Okay.
First of all, you have to verify whether the search functionality is working fine or not. If the search functionality 100 test cases are working fine, then only you have to go for a new test cases or new functionality.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Always remember regression in the sense executing previous build test cases on new build.
Okay.
Remove this current build. Whatever the test cases you have now, remove this. Total test cases minus current build.
Okay.
Total minus current build. So
Okay.
now I have a total 750, 100, 200, 150, 300.
Yeah.
Altogether I have 750.
Yeah.
750 minus current build.
Okay.
Now under regression, I have to test my all previous functionalities, all previous test cases. Now I have a 450.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Please let me know still if you face any doubts. No problem. I'll repeat again and again.
Yeah, I don't have no doubts. It's good.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Uh, that's what for the day,
Okay.
for your day. So again, we'll connect 7 p.m. IST.